It is time for your favorite Android podcast from the crew of blindandroidusers.com. Kick back and enjoy another fine episode from these Google fanboys as they navigate Android from a blindness perspective. And now, here are your hosts.
Hello, and welcome to this edition of the Blind Android Users Podcast. My name is Branden Hennis, in for Ed Green, along with our panelists Warren Carr, Austin Pinto, and my girlfriend, who's a special guest with us today, Jessica Mangan. Today, we are going to be featured quite a bit today. The subject is about voice recording apps. Which are your favorite ones to use? We'll have a segmented interview, of course, with Warren Carr and Mariam Mohsen talking to Brian Kempler from Google regarding talkbacks. You can learn a little bit about that. And the My Android journey. I'll tell you a little bit about how I got interested into Android, and there may even be a little caviar from that. So without further ado, let's begin the segment by introducing the panelists who will be joining us today. Alongside myself, we have Mr. Warren Carr, the founder and the big voice. This is a big special time because it's the 6-month anniversary up and coming of the Blind Android Users podcast as well, and it's a big day and for that, and so happy 6 months to the Blind Android Users group. Warren Carr, good day to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Brandon. This is wonderful. It's our 6-month anniversary, of course. And then, of course, Austin is going to be talking about a few announcements here, maybe one or two. And Austin, do you want to give those announcements before we talk about the main theme of the podcast or the episode? And that's got to be audio recorders. That's what we're talking about today in our categories of the must-have apps on a blind person's phone.
So as Warren and Brandon said, we are celebrating 6 months today. Today is the 19th of June. We are recording on 19th of June, so it's 6 months. It's wonderful to be with the podcast for 6 months. Also, we have crossed 10,500 plays, so thanks to all the listeners for supporting us in these 6 months, and hope you support us in the future. Also, Warren Carr was in the NFB show talking about Android. So Warren, you want to talk a bit about that?
I was with the Nebraska chapter of the NFB, and we had a little bit talk of, what it is like on Android and all of that. And it was really interesting to come to that realization that not so many blind people, especially here in the Western world or here in the US, actually are aware of Android. And so it's just one of those things. But being the evangelist, I had to evangelize a few, and we got a few subscriptions, and looking forward to
Preach it, brother.
Thank you. We're looking forward to kind of trying to evangelize more and get more and more people to realize that the goodness is not just on iOS, but it's all across the board. And especially if you're here on Android, it's also a good thing. So don't just be relegated to the Fruitvale. Quit being a Fruitvale and join us for a change, shall we?
I was in Fruitvale once, and I realized that the only fruit I was able to get healthy from was the fruit I ate, not the one I touched that had electrons in it. Whoa, hold on a second. Exactamundo. And so that's what we got. And so I was there with my friend Judy. We had a wonderful time. And those guys were such receptive people, very kind people. And a big shout out to Robert from Nebraska of the NFB chapter, and to all the other people from Nebraska. Thank you so much, guys. It was I was born in Nebraska. They're representing me well. Thank you, guys.
Yes, they sure are. So
before we talk about audio recorders, Warren, would you like to talk about the new changes that Google has done to the Play Store, a little bit of the changes in UI?
Yeah, indeed. We got a lot of changes. Google can't seem to make up its mind as to the layout of the Play Store, and they keep changing that stuff. So we do have a new UI. Some have gotten it and others haven't. So this is something that doesn't come to you as an update. Rather, it's something that is done on the server side of things. So if you see that new UI, then don't be panicked. Just go ahead and learn how to use it. If we need to, we'll talk about how to go about managing that new Google Play Store UI. But there's a new UI. I think I got it about a week or so ago.